Hello, this is Intuitive Anna Priscilla, and here we are on day 6 of our soul's journey. I hope you've enjoyed this journey and getting to know Denise Linn's wonderful oracle cards. They are really something special. So today we're going to use the Sacred Forest Oracle. This is her latest deck of cards, although we know a new one is coming out soon. And this was copyrighted and published in 2021. And this is a very special deck to Denise's heart. She created it as an homage to a experience she had when she was 17 and was shot, and attributes a lot of her healing to her visits to this other dimension where she found a healing meadow and a sacred forest. She actually named her daughter Meadow after this healing meadow that she would travel to. So this is a very special healing deck. She said that she's used it in a lot of her workshops with people who have had medical and psychological and emotional conditions. And she said over the years she's received thousands of letters and emails from people who have had workshops and used the guided meditation that goes through this forest with her. There is a page in the guidebook where you can actually download a code, and then you'll get access to her meditations for each of the cards, which is a really nice dimension to this deck. So I want to just, as usual, we're going to clear the space. So today I'm going to use an aromatherapy spritzer. I don't know if you're going to be able to see any spritzing going on. Yeah, I'm going to just spritz this area. This has got peppermint in it, actually. But you can use, there's a lot of healing, clearing essential oils. Lemon would be a good one, eucalyptus, pine. I should have used pine, but I did have this one prepared. Frankincense is a wonderful essential oil. It's been known to open up the crown chakra, which is also, it's used a lot in churches and cathedrals for clearing the space and invoking spirits. So aromatherapy mister is another way that you can clear your space. So over the last 6 days, we've actually used a lot of different methods for space clearing. Denise does have a whole course on space clearing if you're interested. So let me just start with reading you. Let's actually do our meditation. So let's just find our silent space within ourselves for a minute. And I want you to do some nice deep breaths. And I want you to think of asking your spirit guide, your ancestors, your higher self, your future self. Ask them for guidance today. And then ask them to send you clear, concise, helpful messages. If you do have a question, formulate that at this time and just hold it in your consciousness. You may want to repeat it 3 times out loud or whisper it to yourself. And hopefully the readings that we do together here with these cards will give you some guidance on that particular question. So let's just do a little visualization. I want you to close your eyes and imagine you're walking through a forest and you find this beautiful, lush meadow. It's full of flowers. The wind is gently blowing. And there's a circle of trees around this meadow. And I want you just to stand in this meadow for a few minutes. Feel the energy of the trees and the grass and the earth. And allow this beautiful healing place to enter into your soul and to heal and soothe any areas where you may be feeling any pain or discomfort. Become part of that meadow, that healing, special place. And this is a meadow you can go to anytime when you feel that you need a little bit of solace. It can be your special place. So now I want you to turn around, slowly walk out of that meadow and sit now, and we will do our readings together. So I'm going to read you just this little introduction from Denise about these cards because they are very special for her. Just to give you her vibe. So she says, these cards are a dream, a long time in the making. My spiritual explorations began after a near-death experience I had at age 17. In the days after that traumatic event, I began to sense a remarkable inner realm. Whenever I was in the natural world, I could see another dimension of light and sound. Each blade of grass shone with light and emanated a soft tone. The combined song of the grasses was like 1,000 tiny high-pitched monks. Trees glistened with light, every leaf shimmering and boomed deeply and sonorously. As I stepped deeper into the experience of sensing frequencies and energies of the world around me, I became aware of the vibrational energy of a mystical sacred forest that was simply a dimension away. Even though I couldn't see it, I knew that this forest was real and it was close. I could feel it. I wondered if other people had also sensed the same mystical forest. Perhaps those who had scribed the myths and legends of Tibetan Shambhala, the myths of Avalon, and even the Australian Dreamtime had also glimpsed it. Within this forest, I began to detect a special meadow, one that was healing and balancing. I was so entranced with this place that I named my daughter Meadow. In my meditations, I began to visit the forest again and again, especially the meadow. Every time I returned to conscious awareness after entering the sacred verdant realm, I was renewed and replenished. It was a sanctuary and a haven for me, and I began to wonder if it would have the same effect for others. And then she talks about how this is the guidebook, this is the cover of the deck. She talks about in her seminar she would take people to this meadow, and then goes on to describe the effects that this journey would have on people who entered this place with her. So think of this as a healing journey today. We're going to go into the meadow figuratively with these cards. So as usual, let's start with the first card. This is what our higher self was to say to us. How interesting. Yesterday we got courage. Same card, Aspen Spirit. This is a beautiful card for this time of year because, of course, all the aspens and trees are turning. It's a fall card. It's a fall of transition from summer to winter. Things are changing now. And it's also a card that shows us that we need to take courage. The aspens are trembling leaves. When the wind blows, they tremble. And I think that's why she's used this card to epitomize courage. There's also this huge castle or fortress here behind walls. So this is also an image of strength, standing firm. It's very interesting that we got this card after yesterday's card of courage. So this is saying, okay, now you've started on this journey. It's going to take a little courage to carry on. You may also feel that you're going to have to climb over these walls to get into this fort, that there's some big challenges and obstacles in front of you, that things may be thrown in your way to obstruct this journey that you've started. Maybe powerful people, powerful interests, powerful influences in your life. but the sun is shining. You can do this. So what a beautiful card. It's full moon, end of September. I mean, how could you ask for more than an aspen forest? I lived in Colorado for many years, and that's one thing I do miss, is seeing all those beautiful aspens of gold every fall. So think of the wind blowing in these leaves, causing them to tremble, thinking how powerful and strong you can be, but also that you are going to have to be courageous to carry on in this path, because you may find some obstacles here in front of you. There's a lot of things, none less of them is your ego, that's going to try to make you doubt this. Take courage. Many people have done it before. I love that card. That's so beautiful. Okay. How synchronistic that we got the same message twice from your higher self. So let's look up here at what the angels or the angelic beings, celestial beings, are talking to you about. This is the enchanted fern grotto, and this is a refuge. So again, we just did that little meditation with our meadow refuge, that in nature you can find refuge, and that there are nature spirits there. What's this, a little, oh, she's got a little horse or a little unicorn there. Also, within the refuge of your mind, you can imagine and find these other worlds, these other peace places. So you can enter this enchanted fern garden where there's fairies and nature spirits and take refuge there. You can take refuge in nature or in the meadow or in your inner forest, your inner natural world. So this is also a card of a spirit, a nature spirit, and we're asking for angelic or higher frequency messages. So there are angels and there are spirits around you that will help you find refuge within your soul, within yourself, or in your life, that there are places of refuge available to you if you're going through a difficult time, that you're needing all your courage to get through, that you can also turn to spirit for refuge and help to find your special safe place. Now this card is what's coming from the earth. And we have dragonfly spirit change. Well, we're in a period of change right now. The dragonfly is an incredible insect. It can hover, it can go every which way. It's kind of like a natural helicopter. It can stop, then take off vertically, change direction completely. Incredible amount of versatility in what a dragonfly can do. So dragonfly spirit is telling you that you can change at any time. Also earth changes. This is a card from earth spirit. So we're in the seasons change right now. We're moving into winter. But also it's natural in life to go through many changes and many transitions in your physical life. You know, you start out as a baby and then childhood and adolescence and adulthood, then middle age and then old age. So change is a constant. Also, this water here is a water of emotion, so there's also emotional change that's always going on in your life. But change is a natural situation. Nothing stops, because that's death. So be adaptable, move whichever way you need to, go in whatever direction you need to go. Have the courage to go forward, go backwards, go sideways, go upside down if you have to, if it's part of your path. The dragonfly spirit, you can always call on dragonfly spirit if you need some courage to make the changes that you need to make. And dragonfly is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spirit to accompany with you on these periods of change and transition in your life. So if you're facing changes or you want to change, it's always possible. Nature is always there and always changing. And your emotions and your thoughts on life are going to be always changing. Water is always flowing. Water also adapts to the space that it's in. So, but it can freeze as well. It can be in many forms. It can be steam. It can be in the mist that we use to fragrance our cards today. It can be ice. It can be flowing. It can be a waterfall. It can be the ocean. Many, many forms, but it's always changing. So this also speaks about the transitory nature of life. Dragonflies don't live long. Insects don't live long. They have a short lifespan. And we have our lifespan. And life is transitory. And it will change. So the message from our ancestors today. Ooh, moonlight enchantment, magic. How appropriate. If you've seen the moon the last 2 nights, this is it. Huge, beautiful, big harvest moon in Aries. So moonlight is a magical time. It's called magic here. And of course, magicians, practitioners of natural magic use the phases of the moon to time their rituals or their spells. We all are affected by the moon's phases. Magic is done in under the moonlight, in the cloak of darkness sometimes. But moon magic is especially powerful because it also symbolizes our unconscious, the dark, and the changes in our unconscious. So moon, here we have a bear howling at the moon. Moon also brings out lunacy, but it also brings out insight in our intuition and the parts of us that are normally hidden. It's a bit like dream time. So you can be enchanted by the moon. Go out tonight and definitely sit there with the moon. I've been watching the moon come up each evening over the mountain where I live, and it's just a magical sight. So explore nighttime. We're always awake and active and moving around and creating and doing all kinds of things in the day, in the light, driving our cars, going shopping. Nighttime is when you can sit under the light of the moon, have a moon bath, and magic and intuition and creativity will come to you. And start following the phases of the moon. So we're at a full moon now, so things have come to a head, a culmination. Now the moon will get darker slowly. So this is a time to work on things that you want to shed or you want to drop away from your life. And magic is really just creating an intention and timing it at the right time and using symbolic props to help manifest it, to add to the energy. So people use crystals, they use herbs, they use all kinds of things in magical rituals. And those things are symbols of the intention that you have in your particular ritual. So magic is really in tune with being with the natural rhythms, not trying to impose yourself onto a situation, but tapping the natural forces and energies around a situation and riding your broomstick, riding the current of the energies around you. So there you are, moonlight magic on this full moon in Aries. Also, I guess since this is from the ancestors are often you see ghosts at night or spirits at night. They're about on the time when people are sleeping or when your consciousness is a little lower and your defenses are lower. So this could also symbolize the darkness or the world of death where our ancestors are. But we can also reach them if we reach through that energy. Reach for their energy through the darkness. So go out and howl at the moon, make some noise tonight. Talk to your ancestors. And then a message from your future self. Daffodil Fairy, new beginnings. Oh my gosh, who doesn't love daffodils in the spring? So this is another seasonal card. Here we have the daffodils. Here we have a little fairy, a little nature spirit. And daffodils definitely, it's a fairy here, a nature fairy. Daffodils definitely epitomize new beginnings. They're among the first flowers that come up in the spring. So we have aspens and daffodils, and we have the moon and a dragonfly, and what was the other one? Oh, the grotto, the fern grotto. So you can see how all these natural symbols symbolize different phases in our life. But also that by immersing ourselves, for example, in the spring, buy yourself some daffodils. Enjoy that beautiful new energy after the winter. So you can see how all these plants and flowers and cosmic bodies symbolize things for us in our lives because we're part of that whole natural cycle. So here we are. This is our last day of our journey together. Your future self is telling you you're in the path of a new beginning. And also maybe you can start working with some of the nature spirits more, because nature has spirit world and consciousness. Trees communicate. So everything is living in some form or another and communicating. And we're part of that whole natural chatter, really. So what a lovely reading. So let's go back. Let's get our aspen. So here we are, the quaking aspen. This is the fall, and then the opposite season here, daffodils. You can see yellow in both cards, which is a beautiful color. It's the solar plexus color. It also symbolizes our minds. And then we have the refuge, the fern garden, the refuge where we can go. We have the moonlight, dancing under the moonlight, enjoying the magic of natural cycles again. The moon has cycles, and then the dragonfly is change. So all of these cards are about change and transformation and finding a place in yourself where you can take this journey that you feel safe. So this is a wonderful, wonderful reminder that things go in cycles, that we're part of the natural world, a part of natural cycles, and that all these things that we feel and create are part of the cosmos, a part of every level of consciousness, every dimension. So there you are. So I hope this little set of readings has given you a place where you can go to find some refuge for your spiritual endeavors. That maybe it's created some change in you, or created a desire for change in you, or an understanding that you can change, that life's always changing, that you have new beginnings. Every moment is a new beginning. Every day is a new beginning. Also, you're in a new cycle of your life if you follow through with these 6 days. And it takes courage. But if you stop quaking, pick up your socks and move forward, you can accomplish anything. And there's always magic to be had and created. So there we are. Thank you for joining me in this journey. Even if one day just sparks something in you, that was really my intention, is to give you a little bit of wonder through the eyes of Denise Linn, and perhaps maybe you'll buy a deck and use that as a portal to the spirit journey that you're on. All of these cards are basically portals. So whatever door you pick is going to take you to the same place, really. So if you have any questions or comments, I will leave my email in the description box. I am also available for personal readings. You can purchase one on my Etsy store, but also I do one-on-one Zoom readings, hour Zoom readings. I'm a certified mindfulness life coach, so I do life coaching. I call myself Psychic Coach Anna, so I do spiritual coaching. I also do private readings on Zoom, and instruction in reading tarot and oracle cards. So if there's anything that you're interested in, please email me. It's hello@psychiccoachanna.com, and we can start a dialogue. So thank you for listening. Thank you for taking part. All of these cards are available on Amazon, so if you want to purchase a deck for yourself. And if you like my videos, please like and subscribe. It encourages me to make more. And I will be back with you soon. So this completes this week where I used all Denise Linn cards. Starting tomorrow, I'll be choosing a different set of cards to work with. I haven't decided which ones yet, but I have many. And it's just been enjoyable for me to share all these different cards that I've collected over the years and their messages with you. So thanks once again. My love and blessings to you. And I hope you find a beautiful meadow to start your healing and your link with Spirit. Thanks again. I'll see you soon.